everyone, I'm Django Fett, and today I'll be doing a review of newly released Knights of the Old Republic Omnibus Volume 2, which came out December 18th, 2013. It contains issues number 19 through 37 and contains 7 chapters and 440 pages. Written by John Jackson Miller and penciled by various artists like Bong Dazo, Dustin Weaver, Scott Hepburn, Alan Robinson, and Brian Ching. If you haven't watched my Volume 1 review, I recommend you go watch it right now. It should be on the tab above. There should be a link below under the About section. So check that out. This review is for those who've read Volume 1 and not read Volume 2 yet. So this review contains no spoilers for Volume 2, but does contain some spoilers for Volume 1. So please do not watch if you haven't read Omnibus Volume 1. So you've been warned. So now I'll talk a little bit about the story in Volume 2. Zayne and Lucian are captured by Adaska, and Adaska, who is an insane Arcanian and trying to sell his exoguards, or giant worms. One made an appearance in episode 5 to anyone giving him power beyond measure, and either the Jedi, Republic, or Mandalorians. Lucian and Zayne are forced to work together to defeat the insane Adaska. At the end, Zayne finds out that Sliss, the Momo brothers, and Griff are still alive. Sliss, a Trandoshan, part of their crew, meets up with Zayne and tells him Griff is alive and part of the resistance in Terrace, which is besieged by Mandalorians. Zayne meets up with Griff and other former friends and enemies along the way. And after that, Zayne's adventures continue over other planets across the galaxy, and lastly with the final confrontation with Lucian and the Covenant in Coruscant. What really surprised me is the fact that they included the KOTOR Vector chapter in the Omnibus. It's issues number 25 through 28, which is 4 issues and is a crossover arc. And it crosses over between KOTOR, Dark Times, Rebellion, and Legacy, all in that order. I thought they would not include this in the Omnibus at all, but they did. It makes sense because it's an important story in the KOTOR series, and it just sets up more stuff in. So welcome and good addition to the Omnibus. As you can tell, the story is just as great as Omnibus Volume 1 and continues the epic story in Omnibus Volume 2. The beginning of the story in Volume 2 was 50-50 to me, but other than that, the Terrace chapters, Vector and Coruscant end chapters are just fantastic. The volume ends with a high note for Zayne and his crew. The ending definitely ends with a little mystery with the prophecy and still keeps you wondering to this day, which is really cool to see. It doesn't end Zayne's story altogether as it continues on in Omnibus Volume 3. The characters are still awesome and very unique, and Zayne and Griff still have that dynamic chemistry with one another. You even see new characters like Shell. Shell, who was Shad's sister. Shad was one of the Jedi Padawans massacred. Shell hated Zayne in the beginning because she believed Zayne killed her brother, but in the end, she believes that Zayne couldn't do it. She believes in Zayne and actually becomes a part of Zayne's crew for a little bit. Also, the Momo brothers, Ithorian brothers who were hunting Zayne's father in Volume 1, would also be a part of Zayne's crew as well. Also, the newly named Malik plays a role and becomes a part of Zayne's crew. Roland is still active. You see Roland become more isolated and has more of an interest in Jerial, which is kind of weird. Surprisingly, Jerial actually didn't have a big part in Volume 2, which is weird because after Zayne and Griff, it's Jerial taking most of the spotlight. But you didn't see it in Volume 2. In Volume 3, she will have more of an active role in the story, however. The artwork is great for the most part, but in 2 chapters in particular, Days of Hate and Vector, I did not like the artwork one bit and thought it looked ugly and felt it just didn't fit with the KOTOR series and just felt way too cartoony for the series. I understand artists have different and unique styles, but that's just me. Though the artwork didn't take anything away from the epic story that was going on. There was definitely some amazing jaw-dropping moments with the art that just left you wordless in a great way. The story really takes a more serious role and you see less humor in this volume than in Volume 1. There were just very few moments with humor. If there were humorous moments, it was mostly with Griff and Zayne. I thought it was kind of disappointing. Also, another point I want to address. I actually didn't realize that issues number 36 and 37 were included. I thought it stopped at 35, and with the end of 35, that would have ended the volume perfectly. These last 2 issues are just lackadaisic. They're very mediocre at best, and would have been perfect for Volume 3. It just doesn't seem right. It would have ended perfectly with issue number 35, but the fact that they included it ruins the score, and it just kind of ruins the omnibus, in my opinion. So that's the point I wanted to address. So that's all the points I wanted to address, and now I have to give my final score out of 5. This volume 2 continues the trend with volume 1, having a great story, dynamic characters, really good artwork. This omnibus volume 2 is a 4.5 out of 5. A must buy for KOTOR fans, and worth it at 25 bucks. I'd recommend you guys buy it from Amazon or eBay, as they have it listed cheaper and deliver the product in great condition. So that's my review. I hope you liked it, and now please enjoy this comic book cover slideshow from issues number 19 through 37 with KOTOR video game music in the background. So please enjoy the slideshow, and please like and comment my video and subscribe to my channel Django Fett, and enjoy.